Morning. It's nice to be here. Good morning, my colleagues and dear listener. There was a time in this country when there was a lot of campaign against tobacco, and government was forced to force producers of tobacco to put smokers are liable to die young. That was to prevent people from abusing smoking. And there was a time also, or if it's still on, where government banned smoking in public places. I hope that is still on. I hope it's been implemented.
Yeah, it's still, yeah, of course.
Now, those were steps to check abuse, because third-party smokers are even more dangerous on them. Today, we have a research done by Jato et al. That 20 to 40% of Nigerian youths abuse drugs, one way or the other. And you have to go back and check the root causes. Peer group, and these days of social media, people are living solitary life. They indoors, they abuse cough syrups, they abuse certain drugs just to feel comfortable. And some people will tell you, it's me, my phone, and myself. And so they use drugs to keep themselves busy in a way. And this abuse has been going on in homes. Mustafa has rightly told us some developments. Just yesterday, I was standing by the road. A guy came around and said, "Boss man, boss man, boss man." A young, fitted, good-looking young man, boss man, boss man. Anything for the boys, boss man. And I just knew where he was coming from and what has happened to his brain. I commend the Minister of Education. Is a step in the right direction because he said this will start from senior secondary school. There's a senior secondary school along the airport road where it has to be cordoned off from the road, because boys who are abusing drugs at secondary school, they will go and attack their teachers who fail them in school because they feel they are superhuman after taking those drugs. We hope to see how the minister and the NDLEA implements this, but we would like to appeal that this test should start from primary school because some parents abuse their children. I know my daughter came home one day and said that she wants to give her friend 500 naira. I said, "What happened?" She said, "Because her mommy don't give her money. Her mommy said she needs the money
for lunch."
Yes, her mommy said she needs the money for drugs. And I said, "Is the mommy ill?" She said, "I don't know." So there are some parents, broken homes, parents that don't care how their children mingle. If my child comes home with a new shirt, for example, I must ask, where did you get it from? Parents don't ask, where did you get a new shirt from? Where did you get a new trouser from? Where did you get a new shoe from? You don't ask questions, where did you get that eyeglasses from? So it starts from there. I think parents have a lot of role to play. And when you go to broken homes, well, there's a little I can say about that, because if a home is broken, little or none, nothing is expected from one of the parents that will be taking care of the child, because they are fending to survive the family. So we congratulate the Ministry of Education for this step in the right direction, and we want to see the implementation stage by stage. And all of you have called for an upgrade of the test to politicians, to lecturers, because lecturers
No
abuse
upgrade
drugs.
as the first port of call.
Okay, should be the first
They should start
before we
from
narrow
the
it
first.
down
Yes.
to the junior secondary school. So we hope to see how this one works. With the 20 to 40% of youths abusing drugs in Nigeria, I think the minister will have to give us update on how far they've gone in the next 6 months. I think you give timeline. I always clamor for timeline. Don't just bring out policies without timeline. Let's have timeline, because the schools are on holidays now.
Okay.
So put the strategies in place to check them as they are resuming. You are testing them. And are we going to have name and shaming? That is another question.
You see, why this